Hello, my name is Arthur, and in the last video we had gotten our application here to be able to highlight some of the keywords. So we have the regular keywords turning boldface and the type keywords turning green. Before we go forward with doing anything with preprocessor things, there's other issues to fix. I'd like to change the way that this works if we get around to that in this video. The major problem right now is numbers. And numbers, that search is just garbage. So that needs to get fixed. And yeah, I've been struggling with that all day. So let's actually look here. See, right now I'm not having difficulty getting to the end of a number and highlighting them all. So seemingly in this situation, this is not an issue. Yeah, I've been trying to get it to treat this like a block of numbers, and doing that, for some reason, the end of the number has become just this major hassle that I seemingly have been unable to figure out. So we'll just start fixing this as best as I can. But yeah, I've run into this roadblock of I can't for the life of me figure out why it's acting the way that it is. So we'll start off by giving a Boolean. And here's the one that's bothering me, is right here. Is that I can get to the end of a line here. I don't throw an error. Currently I'm moving this to the end of a line. Right here. So this is moving to an end of a line to be able to highlight that last zero. It's not throwing an error. So we'll remember that. We'll get back to it. So we'll put in a Boolean. We'll call it check. I'm going to change this to end. And I don't know. Maybe I should try changing it to iter. I've been using end here. I changed this to end. This one really should be less than or equal to 0, because we're going to change the way that we're going over it. And yeah, some of these things, it might seem like that could possibly be the place it's going wrong. But no, it's at apply tag for some reason. That I've been completely unable to figure this one out so far. So what we want to do is we want to get to the end of a block of numbers and check either side of the block of numbers. Otherwise, numbers just can't work. Like if we were to make this check _0, that's going to work. But if we make it 09, when it's looking at this number, it's not seeing that it's next to, it's not seeing anything. It's just looking at the number going, is there an underscore or an alphabet on this side? Is there an underscore or an alphabet on this side? So that's not enough. So we need to look at the block of numbers. So we'll use the Boolean. We'll make it true when we find a digit. So we found a number, we make check equal to true. So then we need to go into a while. So we'll go in a while loop, and we'll go, our condition will be while is digit temp. So that will be our exit condition when temp is not a digit. So in here, we'll go forward a cursor position, and we'll get the char. Whoops. We'll get the char like that. So it'll go forward a cursor position, check the next digit. If it is a digit, it'll stay in the loop. If it isn't, it will exit. So at this point, well, first off, we have to make start equal end, because that's where we found the first digit. So the first digit was in front of us. That's where start goes. So we go iter equals start. We're going to make sure that iter is not at the start of a line, which it shouldn't be anyways. Like, in no piece of script is that valid. It's just a stray number sitting in the middle of nowhere. But we do need to check, so we'll check if GTK text iter starts line, and this should be not. If not, GTK iter starts line. And start. Then we'll do these things. So iter is where start is, so we'll put it back a cursor position. And let's cut this stuff out, because that way we don't end up with a bunch of copies of it. We'll get the char. So we get the char from iter. Now this time, instead of checking what it isn't, we'll check if it is. So if it is these things, we'll make check equal false. So we'll go if it equals an underscore, or if it is an alphabet. Check equals false. Then we'll go if not iter ends line. And end. We would want to, we don't need to move end because it's already at the end. So we would get the char from end. If it equals these things, so we'll change this to if it equals or is an alphabet. Something's off here. So if it's that, check equals false. Now, at this point, the only thing that should need to be done is if check. So if check, apply the tag. And these two are strays. This one should go right up to if is digit. So that's right. So by all rights, I don't see any reason this shouldn't work. End is sitting in the exact same place as it was before we made these changes. It's sitting at the end of the digit. But, yeah. But, what I expect is that it isn't going to work. Okay, so we have a missing bracket on our while loop. Yeah, what I expect is that it's going to tell me something char offset 4 is over the line or something like that. So we'll try to open our test document. And, oh well, that's different. It just crashed. Yeah, we're just stuck in one of the loops here. So is digit, oh, cursor position, we have to move the right iter. So we'll get the right iter moving, and then we'll crash for a different reason. So yeah, char offset 4 is off end of the line. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why this is happening. Now I can go like this. And this will probably get us working. So now we're working, but right here we can see this number refuses to change. It won't change until I put a space after it. So yeah, I've drilled at this and drilled at it, and for the life of me I can't find a reason for that. But what we do get out of it is we're able to distinguish between what is a number and what is part of a name, an identifier. And yeah, like it works in any place that we would be writing a number correctly, because if we're going int var equals 7, that's an error anyways. The number isn't going to highlight until it has a character after it of any kind. Technically, if I was this software can do it. But for some reason, in this scenario, all of a sudden, the end of the line has become some big problem. Yeah, for the life of me, I can't figure that out. I don't see how it's any different than the way the iter was sitting at the end of the line before the change. And the problem is most definitely at applying the tag. So for some reason in here, something has changed to make the end of the line a big issue. That's repeatedly, and I can't say how many times I've hit this error. Trying to sort it out and going, well, maybe if I back the iter up and I send it forward to the end of the line. But if I send it forward to line end, I can put the iter at the start iter, move it forward to line end, and it'll crash all the same. So yeah, that's one that has me absolutely stumped. That's the best that I've been able to come up with for a solution for it. So I'm about done with screwing around with that, and I'm going to call it good enough because, yeah, I banged my head against that quite long enough today. So what we can do now is we'll make another fix, because there is another fix to be made. So we'll just load up the test document and we'll have a look at that. So where this one is, I'm going to like save that apostrophe there so it stops bothering me. So where the other problem is down here. If we were to look, there's something going on here. So we got all of our keywords so they can highlight and turn boldface. But if we look in all of the things after the 14th index are all in boldface. So I should probably put in something to stop it from applying tags to things that are in quotes. And I'd also like to add a color to this, because if we looked, the keywords here, they stand out much better than they do in mine. Like, you can see them a little bit more for the bold, but I think they would look better with a little bit of color too. So let's look at that. Let's see. So we get check 1, check 2 equals true. So what was that about? And then we go and we look for a reason to make it false. So probably the thing to do here would be if GTK text iter has tag and start, comma, quote, tab check 2 equals false. And then what we'll do here is we'll actually toss that in. So we'll go if check 2 and we'll toss that in here. If check 2 and. That way it'll break right out of all of this stuff, because Check 2 should already be here. If it's failed one of these, it shouldn't be doing the next one anyways to optimize it. And then it's not going to go past this because we made it false. So that should work. The next thing I want is a color. So let's make a color. We'll make it a keyword color. So we'll just call it keyword color. Yeah, I think that spelling of color is a little bit sketchy. So we'll make a color for that. Let's just do something maybe along this line. Just enough to get it to stand out. It doesn't need to be a glaring color, but just something to get it to pop a little bit better than it does as it is. So we'll use that color. We'll put that into here. We'll save that. We'll come up here. So we'll add a new tag. So we'll call it keyword color. We'll copy that. We'll paste it here. It will equal keyword color, and we'll copy this. We'll paste it there, put the tab in, keyword color, and then down here, when we add in that, we'll put in a bracket, close the bracket, and apply that color. Let's close up, get it out of the way. So that saved, that saved. Let's see if that compiles. And we'll have a look at what that looks like. Okay, apply tag assertion failed. So that's a whole lot of errors. So let's just go back, make sure that everything looks right. Keyword color. Here's the problem right here. I put an underscore where a minus belonged. So let's try that again. Without the big stream of errors. Okay, no big stream of errors. I'll never claim that I have the greatest color sense, but those stand out a lot better now. And yeah, that's a little more, has a little more pop to it. I tried with a white already once, and that didn't really make a substantial difference. So I decided to try something like this instead. So yeah, that's it for this video. In the next video, I guess we'll come back and we'll start looking at um, preprocessor. So yeah, we'll do that in the next video. Until then, I hope this was useful and take care.